Hi guys, I finally got my Windows Movie Maker back on my computer. Sorry if you just heard that. My dogs are currently sleeping on the couch just behind me and to the front of me. But like I said, I finally got my Movie Maker back on my computer, which means I can use my headset and my computer again. So this video is long overdue. Subscribe requested this a couple weeks ago, I think almost a month ago now, but I just kept not having the things I needed to make it. She wanted some potential ideas or layouts or a flower, like a flowered centerpiece. So, because real flowers are very expensive and I didn't want to just buy them for this video, I did buy some fake flowers at the store, the craft store. Just some simple, I bought flowers that I liked because obviously I'm going to keep them in my house in a vase, but these are just sunflowers and little daisies. You can see the daisy right here, and just these little blue flowers add like a pop of color. There's some little fake grasses in there as well. I bought 2 of those. I actually had 3 of them, but I plucked some of the flowers, as you can see. I plucked some of them off the previous bouquet so that I could use them in a design. So, yeah, the first couple of designs, they're pretty simple. They make good centerpieces. One thing you can do, I have this vase here. It's just a bright little multicolored vase. Kind of attracts some attention. It's not I realize it's not the biggest vase in the world, but just kind of want you to see the shape of it. It's just upright. And like I said, it has little color accents. I think if you pick a vase for the center of your table that has an interest, multicolors or different textures, this centerpiece has a bit of a texture here. These like multicolored vases, they can attract a lot of attention. So what you can do with a standard upright vase like this is, I do believe she's planning a wedding. So yeah, it's a wedding. So when you pick flowers for a wedding or for any occasion really, flowers can be very expensive. So what I would recommend, and what I found when I did some research, is that you pick flowers that are in season. So like if you're having a summer wedding or a summer party, sunflowers, daisies, things like that, tulips, I think, they're all going to be sort of in season, so they'll be cheaper because they're easier to come by. If you want something like roses, any time of the year roses are going to be expensive. They're a very high demand flower, so they're going to be expensive at any time of the year. But there's a lot of different beautiful flowers you can use aside from roses. A friend of mine spent, I think, $3,700 on the flowers for her wedding, and it was because she wanted nothing but roses. So, but then I had another friend that did just daisies and some magnolias at her wedding, at her graduation party, and like her parents only spent like $800 huge difference, but they were just as pretty. So, what you can do with an upright vase like this, or any kind of upright centerpiece, is just have your bouquet arranged in the top, like this. Grab this other bouquet, and just gently. Now, you can put the flowers so that they're real bunched up at the top, like this, or you can leave them like risen out of the vase a little bit more, so it adds some height to your overall centerpiece. You can do it like this if you want. It makes it look kind of nice. If you're going for height in a centerpiece, I definitely recommend this, because if you have a vase that's, solid like this, you can place your florist or whoever's doing your flowers can place some like tissue paper or like a styrofoam cube in the bottom of this, and you can push your flowers in and they'll only sit to about here, so that you get more height from that centerpiece. So like obviously like this will look more elegant if you're going for the height, or if you don't mind, you can squish it all the way down. You can see the difference there. This also goes for any kind of home decorating you're doing. You can have the flowers shorter in the vase, or you can add a little more to them and make them higher. I kind of think it looks better up more. So that's one way. Take those out. Take this down. Another centerpiece that I have is, this is rather heavy. I have this, this is a glass. It's a handcrafted glass. This is a candle holder, but I've used it to hold flowers. The nice thing about using a glass centerpiece like this is that it's really pretty. And if you put like a candle in the middle, which I'll show you right now, it'll reflect off the light. It'll dance kind of on the glass. I can show you right now. Let's see. Just a minute. Gently put that in there. If you're having like a lower candle on there, and I'm sorry if you can't really tell, I have the lights on in my living room, but kind of reflects off of the glass, and it gives it like a nice glow. It's really simple to do, so you can do that. Just blow this candle out here really quick. I do apologize for that. It didn't want to go out. So, you do that. Another thing you can do with a glass vase like this is take your flowers, and if you want, you can have them arranged so that they sit. Obviously, you'd have more flowers than these. You can have them arranged so that they sit kind of open. You can see everything going on in here. Or you can have them set into like the spaces here. Just go like this. Have them set in or something like that. Obviously you'd need quite a few of them to cover the whole thing, but you could make it looking, but you could make it look like this, and then what you would do is you have the florist take all the flowers and fill in all the spaces. So it would eventually look completely covered. This is obviously going to be more expensive to use more flowers in your arrangement. The only other problem with a glass centerpiece like this is that depending on the event and how many tables and centerpieces you need, glass like this gets very expensive very fast. This vase, this candle holder is about $50. So if you have a lot of tables and you're on a tight budget, this may or may not be a good idea. But you can always look into your options. There's all kinds of vases out there. So that was that one. I'm going to go ahead and leave these right here, just because it kind of adds like a nice little touch to the video. Just move this camera a little bit closer here. Angle it down a little bit. There we go. I need it kind of lower for the next couple. Okay. So for the next couple, we're going to be placing the candle. You can have a couple of bouquets of flowers on the edge of your table like this, if you'd like. You have your candle. I made these, if you're interested. I did do a video on how to make these little votive holders. So if you like them, go ahead and check out that video. So another thing you can do that's really simple and rather inexpensive is take a vase like this, and obviously you would use real flowers or real flower petals, and you can either just line them up like this, kind of around the candle, like this. So you can line them up like this, just kind of light it behind. I don't know if you can really see that, but it kind of makes the flowers glow. Let me turn this light off, maybe you can see better. There, I think that's a little better, and you can see the candle just kind of makes the flowers glow a little bit more. This is a really simple centerpiece. You could also even you could use like a taller vase for this and put like a column candle on top. Just make the whole, and you could have your florist or your flower person make a like a little nest of twigs. Fake or real, doesn't really matter. And put the flowers, nestle them in that. So you could do that too. Move this, move this. Okay. So sort of the final thing that you could do, move a little closer, I'm sorry about that. So you could make little flower balls, and all you really need is a styrofoam ball like this. You could spray paint it or color it or paint it in some way that it would look good. The things like match the colors of your event. So just take your flowers, and your florist can do this. And if you're using fake flowers, you can do this at home. Just take your flowers and take your flowers and pull them. They pluck, if you're using fake flowers, they pull really easily. I'll show you. They sort of pull really easily off the stems right here. They just kind of pluck off. So you can just pull them off and just pluck them off really quick. And then just this little stem right here, this little post-like thing will be left. And just push it into the little styrofoam piece. I'm kind of trying to mix up the colors here a little bit so they're not, kind of boring. I want them to be a bit festive, or at least, interesting and nice to look at. So just keep adding flowers. This, spreading out the petals. Okay, almost done. I think I could use one more flower here. They just pull off really easy. Where did that empty spit? There it is. Okay. So obviously you can use a lot more flowers or bigger flowers if you want, but you can easily make this little flower ball, different color flowers if you'd like. They're pretty simple to make and they're pretty quick if you just kind of want something a little festive. You can use flowers for the season. Like I said, you could use a really big center flower if you'd like to. Kind of like this. Put it on a stem or something. You could do that as well. So there's a lot of different options out there because there's a lot of different flower types and varieties. You just kind of have to, I suggest what you do before you purchase the real flowers for a design. Try and find a similar fake flower and do a mock-up of the design. Like if you want flower balls like this, go buy some fake flowers and set them into a model or a mock-up of whatever it is that you want it to look like. That way you have kind of an idea in your head and you're not just drawing up an image in your head. You actually have a visual of what it's hopefully going to look like, and your florist can actually see what you want it to look like too because you've designed it. A lot of times I know a lot of problems come up. You have an image in your head but you don't have an example of it, and you try to tell someone and they kind of, when their work is done, it doesn't look like you thought it was going to. So when you have a model like this or something, it helps whoever's working on it get a better visual and idea, and they can more closely make something that's going to be what you want. So, hope this was informational and helpful to some level, and I'll be making more videos again soon. Thanks for watching.